AmandaLand.
PSA.
One of the reasons why we find ourselves constantly in circles when we're talking to folks is because there is such a deeply disparate amount of information that each person shares. The same way, there is also a deeply disparate amount of humility that each of us share. Some of us have a humbleness about education, information, and knowledge that others see as elitism when others are in possession of that which we don't have. And this continues to cause chasms that we don't have bridges to cross. Many rivers to cross, but I still haven't found my way. Like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down. Yeah. So, among the myriad of other things that divide and conquer, we have this thing that separates us. In the case of Cory Booker, one thing that separates a lot of us is just the constant around capitalism. This idea that capitalism, when it is in favor of you or your safety, or what you perceive to be safety, that it is fine. However, when we look at the United States and the way that it exists on this very small globe compared to the other planets that we have identified in the universe, the United States takes up space in a continued effort of violence. No other nation has the amount of military bases that the United States has across the globe, like not even in striking distance. No other nation incarcerates its citizens at the way and the rate of the United States. Not even striking distance. No other nation has been so deeply embroiled in the continuous effort to destabilize other nations in order to steal their resources by supplanting military and aid within their borders to protect them from the fire and the monster that they created. This is a nation that exists in violence, and violence that is supported by capitalism and that is 100% corrupt. You know, Wisconsin saw a success this week. Wisconsin saw success this week because Wisconsin and their Supreme Court voted Susan Crawford to win. Elon Musk put millions behind the person she was up against, and she won regardless. And so the Wisconsin Supreme Court remains a majority, quote unquote, liberal court. And if you've ever seen the women of the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, they don't play around. The importance of understanding this is that in her speech, she says, we showed that the Supreme Court in Wisconsin cannot be bought. Our courts can't be bought. Now, some people, may have looked at that and thought of it just in relation to simply Elon Musk. But the reality is that our structure of the United States is based on corruption. The violence that exists around the world is supported by the arms dealings of the United States and the continuing capitalist gain of folks by way of that. And that goes to that goes to climate change, etc. But in this particular instance, as it relates to Cory Booker stood up there for 25 hours, talked about the corruption of Doge, while he himself is an actual example of corruption, while he himself is an actual example of the continued effort of the United States to use violence to submit its will across the world. Here he is in his office with Yoav Gallant after the ICC, the International Criminal Court, issued a warrant for Gallant's arrest for starving children to death. So when I see people heralding him as some beacon of hope and faith, in my most positive and optimistic heart, I hope it's because they just don't know better. However, I also know that far too often, it's also because they couldn't care less as long as it serves them. So for all of us who don't think like that, continue to dig your heels into your integrity, to your morals, and to your ethics. Don't be swayed by those who fire back at you with insults or with degradation and denigration because you are not buying into what they see as hope and optimism and faith. We are the believers who understand that hope and optimism and faith must come from something real. God is real. Cory Booker is not. PSA. Hey, come on now. What's up, y'all? Show your love. It's the end of the show. Show your love. Thank you for joining. Show your love. I appreciate you. Show your love. Come on now. Hit me in the Cash App, baby. Drop a super, baby. Thank you to all of you for sticking around. It was a long show and we hit the ground. Running towards the truth. 'Cause we believe you gotta face it for real. We believe. Hold on. Mariam! Oh my God, Mariam! Let me tell y'all about Mariam real quick. Let me show some love to Mariam real quick. Okay, Mariam ordered a pen, and I sent the pen to South Africa. And DHL did not tell Mariam that she got the pen, and then I didn't know that she did not. Sorry, DHL did not tell Mariam that the pen arrived, and then the pen also was not informed to me that the pen arrived. So what happened was they also asked me for information that I provided and then said, actually, that's not the information we needed. Then Mariam said, let me call them. Mariam reaches out to DHL and they like, well, actually, the pen has been here for 2 weeks, and so now we're charging you. What? Mariam, I don't know if you are a lawyer or a teacher or what, but I need y'all to understand that the email that Mariam replied to them back with was a masterclass in I am not the one. Okay? When I tell you, I am still shocked and impressed beyond measure at this email. Mariam was pulling the fine print. I don't know who y'all think y'all met. Listen, it was so deep. Then they replied with nonsense, and Mariam said, I don't know who are y'all playing with? And then she replied again with even more points. It was an honor to read, honestly. Mariam is a GBV activist. I don't know what GBV means, but whatever it is, it has equipped you in ways that we could all learn. Okay? Because in that same week, someone had emailed me and was like, hey, my pin is marked delivered, but I didn't get it. So can you send me a refund? Gender-based violence. Facts on facts on facts. So I was like, well, the pin was marked delivered. Like, you need to address USPS. Like, I've done all the things that I did what I was supposed to do. And she said, oh, that's unfortunate. I'll have to go to my bank and dispute the charge. And it was like, what? I didn't do anything wrong here, and you want money back. And then, so I was feeling a little bit down. And then I had this exchange with Mariam, and I immediately refunded Mariam and was like, please let me know how I can compensate you for whatever the cost is of the fee. And Mariam was like, if you did not send this refund, please don't, because I got the pin to support you. But I had already sent the refund, and I was fine with it, Mariam. And now Mariam came here today to say, nah, you getting the money. Thank you, Mariam. And thank you for your service as a gender-based violence activist. You all do more to restore my faith and hope here in the SEAL Squad than Cory Booker or any of these politicians could do any day. And as a leader, as a teacher, as a speaker, as an empath, as an autistic, as a woman, as a Black person, keeping my faith and hope restored is imperative. As a seer, as a prophet, it is imperative. So thank you all so much for always showing up and showing out. And yeah, I'm just moved. I'm moved. So I appreciate everybody. This is our SEAL Squad. This is our Views from AmandaLand Friday. But we did a long show today. We did 3 hours today. So we got it together. Thank you to Jelani Memory and Che Guerrero for joining us. Make sure to get you a kid's book about and support. And make sure to keep lifted. And remember, as we go into our moment of stillness, to lift up the souls of those who are being affected and harmed by this continuous duplicitousness and nefariousness in this global axis of evil, as well as those who are being driven by this in ways that they don't even know. So you all, I'll see you on Monday. 30 seconds of stillness. I enjoyed laughing and learning with you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell your friends. Also, listen to the podcast. It's available everywhere pods are casted. Listen ad-free by subscribing to Patreon Amanda Seals. Come on and join the SEAL Squad. Views from AmandaLand. Live 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Wednesday, with content on Thursday and Friday at YouTube Amanda Seals TV.